Log number 1875. Boy howdy, we kicked off this rootin' tootin' session by mounting our horses to New Mexico and laying down our guns at the western town known as Cassington. Yee-haw! Don't laugh at me. Well, this game sure was a hoot. Sorry, I can drop the accent, but vocab's not so easy. Anyways, our southern cast brought a whole lot to the table this time. From a conductor and his apprentice manning a brothel train, to the bartenders and their love for guns, and 3 Brits who were painfully out of place. Wait, is it 3? Is the doctor British? I honestly have no idea, but anyway, at least the doctor and Grace are choosing to play along. I was worried I'd have another Vincent on my hands with Grace, but she's sensible enough. She tested my patience a few times with her metagaming, but she's clever enough to play by the rules. Vinny, on the other hand... Poor Vinny. He still hasn't learned his lesson. Trying to be a smartass with his I'll play my own way trick. I'll end up running out of punishments for him at this rate. Okay, that's not true. This one should keep him in check for a while, though.
Okay, well then in that case, I've just outed the gunsmen, and I've just made the escort reveal themselves.
Yes, good
Well,
job.
I never
Yep,
said
there
I
we
had
go,
it
narrowing it down one by one. Honestly,
Thank
if
you.
either Grace or McGillicuddy is the Chupacabra, I don't even care. I don't even care. I just
Well-
want to help this guy.
Well, if
Oh, I'd love to,
Wait,
you know,
I'm
Wait.
so confused.
What?
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Y'all can't see it, but these two can.
Yes.
Vinny, that's not important right now. Right now, we're having a nice time
Bitch,
here in this
bitch, I don't
Excuse
care.
me.
Oh
my
my
God.
god.
I don't
Profanity.
care.
y'all fellows ain't making any gosh darn sense.
Once
Well,
again,
I
you
Why
think
can't we
it's
get
like
along
you
with
can
the
stop.
thing? Shut your mouth.
Okay, you
This
know
is
what?
how I
That
feel.
is enough. We are all quiet. Vinny, actually, let's talk to all you awakened folks. Now that things are quiet. Yeah, come on, let's wake up. All right. So, let's have a little talk. We're running into a problem here.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
What, you not like the way I play your little fucking game?
You're not playing.
Oh, I'm playing along. I'm calling people by their made-up names and all that jazz. I'm having a good time,
You are
clearly,
dampening
by
the
the
mood.
drinks that Mr. Good Old Reddick is giving me, and by outing the 2 people that I have to out, as I am supposed to do in your stupid little game.
You are.
Vincent, you need
What?
to stop before you crash.
I'm not. I'm playing by the rules.
No.
If she has a fucking problem with me playing by the rules, then she can say it herself. But honestly, I don't want to hear it.
Oh, well, that's really too bad, because you did get to the point of this conversation, Vincent. Alright, so here's the issue. Don't get me wrong, I love this whole thing where we talk about this whole, like, meta plot where we're playing this cat and mouse kind of game, and you reveal things, and everyone goes, oh, what's that? Oh, what's going on? Oh, I don't know, what are you talking about? And don't get me wrong, that's fun. But it gets old after a while, Vinny. And in case you didn't notice, if you push too hard, again, you will break my cast. You've got to stop.
Why do you
I don't-
think I want to help him? He's
That's-
fucked. He's broken.
Yeah, and you're
He's
gonna
got
break
some
everyone
weird
else.
shit all over his face, and I don't know what's happening to him. I want to fix him. If you have such a problem with the cast breaking, then why don't you do something?
It's not time for that yet.
It doesn't make
Dramatic tension's important.
that means
You are
nothing.
changing the subject. Listen, I don't care about you revealing roles and everything. That is your job. But I do need you to try to stay focused, and you are not.
I don't know what you mean.
You're barely playing along. This is your warning. Stop breaking my rules. Pay attention to the game.
Or what?
Well, there's going to be consequences.
There's always consequences. What fucking difference does it make, huh?
Oh, you're right.
What fucking difference?
Okay. Vinny, you can't breathe. Okay. Okay. So I know what you're thinking. Well, okay. Some part of you is thinking you've suffocated before. This is familiar, right? Every spasm of your lungs is burning glass and it spreads through you, it's boiling through your system, and agony is all that's left under your skin. It doesn't matter how much you've died. The instinct's there. You're dying, it has to stop, you have to breathe. Why can't you breathe? Stop, stop, stop. Oh, and here's the fun thing. This doesn't have to stop. Death is a courtesy here, and I don't owe you anything. I could do this forever, you know. I could just listen to you gasp and writhe. I could watch every excruciating minute. I could make your little friends here just sit and watch. Or maybe I could do it to them instead. Would that be better? I could do this forever. But I have a game to run. Anyway, this can be any of you. Just wanna put that out there.
I know.
Oh, don't worry, I'm well aware.
Oh, good. I'm glad we had this talk. Vinny, start playing along, please. Oh, that's adorable. I love this, but please, let's get on with the game. Anyway, play the game or else. Are we clear? Vinny, I need you to say something.
Just say yes.
Fine. Fine.
Okay, let's get back to the game. The Doctor and Grace were forced to look on, but neither seemed fazed. The Doctor knows all too well what I can do. And Grace, well, I don't think she really cared. She doesn't seem to care about much, but she tried to stop Vinny from being a little shit. Maybe she and the Doctor are getting sick of him already. He'd better watch out. If he carries on like this, soon he'll have no one left to help him. And try as he might, he's not doing a better job of helping Tommy out. Even that sad little glitch was trying to drop hints to him, crying for help as best he could, and Vincent fell short of hearing him. Tommy, or Trevor in this case, was the first to hang. It got Vinny back in focus at least. After Casey Jr. perished in the arms of the train conductor, who had been like a father to her, true tragedy struck the town. Yeah, so that's good news. The bad news is, Casey, you were tragically eaten alive last night.
Which one?
Which one?
Casey Jr., you were tragically eaten alive last night because apparently you're both a small goat and a small child. Tragic.
Casey. No.
Yes, you awake to find that your child is dying in the train.
Casey. Who did this to you?
I...
Hold on. We need to get you some help right away. Casey. No.
I can't feel my legs.
Aw,
I
well,
can't.
that's because they're gone.
I can't.
Casey.
No.
No.
Mr. Jones, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything I did.
Who did this to you?
I don't know. I can't.
Casey. Casey.
I'm sorry.
No. Don't apologize. You were the best of friends I could ever ask for. You were like a daughter to me.
I love you.
I love you too.
Oh, that's so sad. Vincent brought the two of them justice. He outed the fake Westerner, Jimmy, as the chupacabra who had mauled the poor girl to death. Of course, this left him vulnerable to the wrath of the other bloodthirsty chupacabra, but not before he revealed the roles of innocent civilians. It was between Grace and the Doctor, and Grace made no hesitation in putting the pieces together, throwing the guilty Doctor under the bus. Or, well, in this case, the train. Doctor, as they lead you out to the noose, you turn back. And God, please, I need you to have some kind of shootout, please. We need this to happen. So, however you want to do it, just go for it, please.
Go on, Reddick.
You know.
Oh my God!
Well, I guess not, because apparently I've just been fucking shot.
Oh!
Just say it.
Yeah, I was going to, but then the sound effect played, and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I'm dead, but whatever. If you'd rather I actually say something, I can.
Please.
Give us your death rattle, Doctor.
Well. I knew there was a reason I had a good feeling about you, Grace. Quite the little solver of mysteries, aren't you?
You could say that.
Of course, of course. In fact, I believe I did say that.
Oh. Thank you.
Now, you all have to understand, it's nothing personal. Any single one of you could have been sustenance for a few days, maybe more. Well, obviously, only a few days, because I'm just about to die, but you have to understand, you're all just sacks of meat to me. Alright,
Oh, he said that earlier!
No, I didn't.
Wait, no,
say...
he didn't. She did!
No.
She did, but... Okay, well, this is why I'm not the detective.
Yeah, Mayor Redacted was the one who said it. I just happened to think
I
it would be
don't
a
know what
dramatic
you're
echo.
It was very good.
Well, now, you're nothing but coal to me.
Alright, it's a fair call.
Alright.
If you expect me to scream, you'll be sorely disappointed.
Miss
I want you to
Redacted,
scream.
if I may, just take the
I
fun
want
a
you
little
to
bit.
burn.
Ooh.
Riddick, let Casey shoot him.
Very well.
Bring him to the tracks. I want to
Oh my
keep my
gosh!
way.
Oh
This
boy!
is
Oh.
Oh boy!
I love it.
Okay! Ding ding!
This is a bit inhumane.
I know, I love it.
Ooh, no, my dress!
Oh.
You didn't have to
no.
stand so close to the tracks, Carla. I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry.
No, well, it kind of flew.
Oh man,
It's okay.
Oh, I like this scenario a lot more than I thought I was going to. This is great! It took a little while to scrape what was left of the doctor off the train tracks, but once that was done, we were ready to move on. And I'd been waiting for this scenario for a long time. Higurashi no Naku Koro ni, otherwise known as a cutesy anime with plenty of adorable anime mascots, mysterious strangers who hide in dark corners, and 2 psycho teenage girls with Hinamizawa syndrome, looking for the perfect neck to slice through. But before any of this bloodshed could take place, it appeared there was a little family conflict. You see, soul reflections are rare, but it can happen in this world. A presence only familiar to a certain player can appear. It can spark memories, feelings, elation, pain, depending on who it is, of course. I haven't seen one since Vinny's son, Marshall, appeared to him. This time, it was Grace's turn. Tommy glitched into someone called Graham Garden, and it didn't take a genius to figure out that both he and Grace were somehow connected. But that can come later. This is normally the moment where I complain about how Vinny was being a bother, but he only lasted for 1 round before I whisked him away with an act of God. I still can't forget those mandatory shoulder rubs that may or may not have happened. He's a wizard with those hands. I digress. The team, led by Graham, pinpointed Friday as one of the crazy middle school killers, and she left the game in a gracious way, as any maid would. That is, if you count stabbing yourself in the stomach as gracious, but that's besides the point. The other killer didn't hesitate in trying to take down Graham right afterwards, but he succeeded in patching himself up. Despite all of the preaching to Grace about the need to be perfect, berating her for being such a failure, Graham slipped up himself. The doctor, who was chasing a demonic pig for some reason, those triangles are really starting to worry me, quickly found himself with a bullet through his neck, courtesy of the senior detective. From there, it would have been easy as pie to discover the final killer. But I didn't bargain on one thing. My sensible little junior detective, Grace, broke the rules. She had smuggled Friday's knife in her trench coat, and with her only friend dying on the floor and Graham throwing insults in her ears, she couldn't hold it back. She couldn't hold her back.
Now just tell me, was I right?
Were you right?
What? No. What?
I don't know. Why don't you tell me what you did, Graham?
Simple. I went after who was the next likely suspect to be the murderer, and use all my doctor stuff on the doctor. Please tell me I was right, Even though this has stopped bleeding, it still hurts like hell.
Well, I mean, honestly, I did find it kind of weird that I was fighting a demon pig coming from a portal, and then you burst in and you're like, "You're totally a middle school girl who stabs people!" And before I could explain that I am not in middle school or a girl, you just shot me in the face.
Wow. Holy shit.
It was you? But...
Was I
Well, he didn't
right?
shoot you in the face. He shot you in the side. He didn't actually kill you, but you are bleeding out.
You... No, he's fine. You're not killing him.
I'm clearly not.
You stay alive right now.
I don't think yelling at me is going to help.
No, I need you. You need to see this.
He needs to see what? You fail again?
No! Shut up!
This what you wanted?
He needs to see me kill you.
Whoa, Grace, you're not,
She takes out Frida's knife and stabs him over and over.
Grace! Grace, wait, what are you... That's not your role! You can't do that! That's not your role! Stop!
So, let me ask you the question now, Graham. Do you have any final words?
Go to fucking hell.
Oh, believe me, Graham. Or should I say, Uncle Graham? We're already in hell.
No family mine could be such an incompetent detective. I don't know you.
I am not a detective. And she stabs him right down in the throat. What have I done? What have I done?
That's a good question. That wasn't
Oh,
your
wait.
role.
I
You broke
killed
the
him.
rules. Yes.
Oh yeah, I suppose I did. Wait, the red string, it's gone. I'm out again. So what are you gonna do this time, Murdercut? You gonna tie me up even tighter? You gonna give me those scars all over again? Or are you gonna finally let me talk and explain my piece?
All right. You have the stage, Grace Garden.
You still alive, Doctor?
Right, I think the blood's going to, like, stop me from speaking in about 3...
It's fine.
I have waited so long to finally get out, because I think the last time I was out, I shot you at the Spring Olympics. Oh, believe me, I remember all the other games, but that's the last one I was awake. What's wrong? You look a little confused.
Dr. McGillicuddy points to the fact that he has blood coming out of a wound in his throat and can't talk.
It didn't hit your throat. It hit your side.
Shut up! Shut up!
But I changed the thing.
Yeah. Shrapnel. Fuck you.
All right.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because this is my turn, not the detective's turn, because I assume that you've met the detective, haven't you? I assume she told you her piece. I don't know what that piece was, but she told you all right. Now it's my turn. Because if you missed the memo, that there lying on the ground is my uncle. Who's the reason I was a detective in the first place? It was 1941, everybody was going off to war, and that was the ample opportunity for him to get me into Scotland Yard. But I'll admit, I was absolutely crap, because despite all of those years of those lessons of him drilling it into me that I cannot be anything but a detective, I couldn't do it. I couldn't face seeing the death every single day. I couldn't face convicting those murderers and watching their poor families cry after them. My uncle wouldn't let me quit. He drilled into me over and over and over again that emotions play no part in being a detective, so I shut them off for good. Well, at least I wanted to shut them off for good. She'd do her job just fine. I hear quite well, apparently, since she was still there, but every time we got back home, no matter how much I tried, I couldn't remember anything, and yet I had to feel everything she bottled up all in one fell swoop. And my uncle, he was so scared of what he'd done to me that he abandoned me in 1943. 2 years of that suffering, he couldn't fix me, he made me worse, and he took off. I was suspected for his murder and got made clear. And I didn't know where he went until now, apparently. Why is he here? Did you take him in the end?
Reflections.
I don't even know what that means. It doesn't matter.
That's fine.
It doesn't matter. Because, hey, Doctor, let me introduce myself. I'm the real Grace Garden. I'm the one who can actually feel. I'm the one who gives two shits about things. And I don't want that. I just want to be normal, because the last thing I remember being alive was hearing my uncle's name, and I woke up, and suddenly she was right in front of me, offering me a wish. She asked if I wanted revenge on my uncle to find him, but no! I didn't get my wish. I wish to be one person again. Why am I still like this?
But you are one person. There's always only been one Grace Garden. It's not my fault you're broken. I can patch you together, but I can't change a heart or a mind. I can paint over the cracks, but they're still there. It's a shame you can see them again, isn't it?
This was your way of granting it?
Well, I mean, listen, I technically did patch you together. If you, I granted you your wish. I gave you a place where you could be someone whole. You could be someone whole, you could get your revenge. You want to blame someone for not getting what you wanted, the culprit's over there and he's bleeding out on the floor. The missing puzzle piece finally appeared. All this time, there were two sides to Grace. The detective, and the mess that finally broke free. A woman damaged by her uncle's emotional abuse, a pitiful girl whose only desire was to be whole again. She was so desperate that she even begged the doctor for a cure. His response? To pierce his own throat with a knife. There was no poof of smoke this time to save him. It was either go the easy way or bleed out all over the floor.
Speak of bleeding out. Miss Cotton, if you wouldn't mind, I believe right here, points to another spot in his throat, would get rid of me quickly.
She picks up the knife and she walks over and kneels down in front of him. You're a real doctor, aren't you?
Of course I'm a real doctor. I know enough about anatomy to know that I'm either going to die very slowly and painfully or very quickly.
Wait! Shh! Before I do this, you don't have to speak, just nod yes or no. Can you fix me?
I'm not a psychiatrist.
Please! She's not gonna do it! You know my I won't do anything!
Dr. McGillicuddy grabs her arm and plunges the knife into his own throat. It's alright. You've done it before.
I know.
Oh, damn.
I
Wow.
trust you. No, it's fine. I know he can do it. He can fix me. He can make me one person again.
Oh.
He's a good man. He was better than I ever was in my life. And she stabs it into her own throat.
Welp, well, shit. Well, that was a pretty interesting time, huh? Tell you what, let's see who's left. We've got 3 people left. Let's get back to the game. The doctor may be a man of science, but he can't work miracles. Even I can only do so much. I can paint over the cracks, but at the end of the day, they can never be fixed. So I put her in a world where she could have what she wanted. It's too bad the doctor and Vinny robbed it from her. Oh, that's right, Vinny never saw this. Ooh, that'll be a nasty surprise for him. It's not going to be so easy now that he has 2 broken people to deal with. And speaking of broken, well, first that Higurashi scenario ended exactly as expected, with one lone teddy bear left with the corpses of his friends as the cicadas cried. After that, it seemed only right to pay Tommy a visit at the end of the day. After all, the rest of his so-called friends seemed to have forgotten about him. I'm not that cold-hearted to just leave him all alone to suffer by himself. The question is now, will he ever be fixed? Alright. Well, I'd say that was a pretty good game. Let's go pay an old friend a visit. Tommy! How are you feeling, buddy? Ah! There you are.
What?
Ooh.
Oh.
Hey, what's your name?
What?
Just curious, what's your name?
Is
How many-
Marlon Timus?
How many fingers am I holding up? 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Fingers. No.
Oh,
No.
Tommy, you poor thing. The boys have forgotten all about you, and Grace is all tied up in herself. No wonder you're feeling neglected. Well, when your mind's clear enough to feel that, I guess. How are you feeling? Oh, that sounds like that.
Pain.
Oh.
Stop the pain.
Sorry. This is harder in this place, isn't it? Nothing to focus on, so all that's left is the wound. You can't sleep like the others and you're not awake. That's some heavy stuff. Maybe they'll fix that soon? I don't know.
Supposed to save me next. Make the voices stop. Never stop.
Oh, by the way, that was really interesting of you to try to catch Vinny's attention. It's too bad he didn't get it, huh?
I said, what? Save me. But just runs.
You poor thing.
Himself.
Here's the thing. You see, I'd say they should save you, but for you, it might be best if they don't. I think it'd be easier for you to go back to sleep.
Just make it stop.
Alright.
I'll
Well,
do what you want.
I can't do that. That's on you. But I'll tell you what. I'll give you a little bit of help next time. Let's get you back to sleep, my little glitch.